Canon 14. A bishop shall not be abandon his own parish and go outside of it to interlope to another one, even though urged by a number of persons to go there, unless there be a good reason for doing so, on the ground that he can be of greater help to the inhabitants there, by reason of his piety. And even then he must not do so of his own accord, but in obedience to the judgment of many bishops and at their urgent request. Canon 15 of First Council, Canon 5 of Fourth Council, Canon 1621 of Antioch, Canon 1-2 of Sardicon, Canon 57 of Carthage. Interpretation. Interloping and intrusion from one province to another is a different matter from transfer and emigration. Thus, interloping is when a bishop actuated by greed and his own preference leaves his own province, or not having a province of his own, is without a cure, and grabs another illogically. Such interloping is condemned and is penalized with canonical penances, according to Canon 1 and 2 of the Sardicon. Transfer, on the other hand, is when, as a result of great need and for the sake of bolstering up piety at the request of many bishops, a prelate goes from one province to another, for greater spiritual benefits to the inhabitants of the latter, and even then perhaps only for a season and not for the rest of his life. This change is one permitted in certain cases of accommodation. Hence it may be said that he present Canon 2 ordains that it is not allowable for a bishop to leave his own province greedily and of his own accord, without any reasonable cause, and to interlope into another, even though he be urged to do so by others. It is only when there is a good excuse and a just reason for forcing him to take such a step that he may go to another province, be it larger or smaller or vacant. In other words, when he cause the Christians of that province greater profit to the soul and spiritual benefit with the pious words of his teaching than some other bishop. Yet he must not even do this of his own accord, that is to say, on his own initiative, but may do it only in conformity with the judgment and vote of many bishops and at their most urgent request and demand.